I've personally found that Riverside tends to be one of those cities that people either they love or they don't quite get. I mean, it's got history, it's got culture, it's got charm, but it also has heat, traffic, and home prices that aren't quite as cheap as they used to be. So if you've been wondering whether Riverside is worth it in 2025 and beyond, well then let's go ahead and talk about what is going on here in Riverside and whether it's still the move to make. Okay, so if you have spent any time at all here in the Inland Empire, then you probably already know that Riverside isn't just another suburb. It's really kind of the hub of the region here. Yeah, you have a number of government buildings here. You have UC Riverside here, quite a few events that all take place here. Just, at least from what I have seen, a really nice blend of old as well as new.
And I likes what I see.
I think that's what really helps make it feel just a little bit different from quite a few other cities here in the Inland Empire. Now, over the years, Riverside has grown a lot. If you look here, today, there are just over 321,000 residents here in Riverside, which not only makes it the largest city here in the Inland Empire, it also makes it one of the larger cities in all of Southern California. But if we look back at the turn of the century, the year 2000, the population in Riverside was just a little over 258,000 residents. Now, if we go back another 20 years, back to 1980, it was just over 170,000 residents. My point to all that is just that Riverside really has seen quite a bit of growth. Of course, with growth does come change, and if you haven't been here in a while, the Riverside of 2025, it does look a little bit different than it did even just 5 or 10 years ago. Hey, real quick, if this is your first time to the channel, my name's Jose and I am your SoCal Realtor. We help Inland Empire homeowners sell smart, buy their next home better, and move with confidence. So if you are thinking about making a move, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I, we are here and ready to help. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and get back to the rest of the video. So first of all, starting with what Riverside does really well, I'd have to start with the schools. Yeah, if you're a family with children and you're looking for good schools for the children, well then you have quite a few solid options here in Riverside. As you can see here, according to niche.com, the schools in Riverside as a whole, as a district, but the schools here in Riverside, they were graded quite well with an overall grade of an A-. There doesn't appear to be too many negatives, and unless, of course, you're looking at the food, then yeah, I mean, there does look like there could be a little bit of room for improvement there. When it comes to the homes here in Riverside, you really do have quite a variety or mix of home types and sizes and age. Such as, for instance, if you're near downtown, you have the wood streets with a number of older or historic homes here. Many of them do tend to be a little bit smaller on average. I would say probably more in the average range of about 1,500 square feet, but I've seen some even as small as 1,000 square feet. The homes over by the university are on average anyway a little bit bigger, but they do tend to average a little bit higher in price also. La Sierra is a very popular neighborhood here in Riverside with a pretty nice mix of older homes that date back to, I'm going to say probably more in the 1940s, 1950s, with new homes as well dating back to even just a few years ago. There's also Canyon Crest, Mission Grove, and Orangecrest with some of Riverside's larger but also pricier homes. Or if you're looking for a new build home, the south side of Riverside really has been a hotbed for quite a bit of new construction the past few years. The bottom line is there are a number of neighborhoods all throughout Riverside that each offer something just a little bit different from each other. Now, if you have never been to the Festival of Lights at the Mission Inn Hotel during the holidays, it really is something that you got to see at least once. Not to mention all the shopping options here, dining options that are here, the entertainment, such as, for instance, you have Castle Park here, hiking trails with Mount Rubidoux, very popular destination for not just here in Riverside. I mean, people from all over the place love to come to Mount Rubidoux. You have Sycamore Canyon Trail, another great hiking destination, and not to mention just the overall location of the city itself. I mean, because you could go to the beach, you could go to the desert, you could go up to the mountains, and all within maybe an hour and a half tops. I'm kind of curious, if you live anywhere near Riverside, or maybe you don't, but you know someone that does, maybe family member, friend, I'm curious to hear what's your favorite part of the city. Do me a favor, drop that in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Yes, just as with every city, I mean, Riverside is no different. It does have its downsides, such as, for instance, this. If you're not from the area, be forewarned, because the summer heat here, let's just say it can get warm. I mean, we're probably talking triple-digit temperatures for a good part of the summer. Another would have to be the traffic here, because Riverside's freeway setup, it does connect a few of the major freeways, such as you have the 91 freeway, there's the 60 freeway, as well as the 215 freeway.
I think I'm lost.
However, if you work here locally or remotely, then yeah, I mean, the traffic, it's not going to be really much of a factor at all for you. But if you do work, you do have to make that commute into Orange County or LA on a regular basis, a daily basis, then sure, that could potentially start to wear on you. But I would have to say, though, the thing is, that's probably going to be the case no matter where you're living in the Inland Empire. Because if you're making that drive into Orange County or LA for work on a regular basis, for the most part, you're dealing with the same traffic no matter where you'd be living. There's also the home prices. Once upon a time, Riverside, it used to be seen as kind of more of a budget alternative city. However, home prices, as I'm sure you've seen, they have gone up in recent years. No question, you're saving money compared to most of Orange County or the greater LA area. It's just that when you compare Riverside to some of the other local neighboring cities here in the Inland Empire, Riverside, it does tend to be, on average, on a just kind of an overall general average basis, Riverside, it does tend to be a little bit higher. Now, you are paying a little bit more, but you're also getting all that comes with Riverside, such as the strong schools, the neighborhoods, the amenities. From what I have seen, if you're someone that values a community vibe, Riverside really does do a pretty good job of that. I mean, there's always something happening here. You have farmers markets, you have car shows, there's concerts in downtown, I mean, definitely a happening spot. I mean, it's just, you name it, there's always something happening here. Is Riverside still worth it? I mean, for quite a few people, I would have to say, sure, it very well could be. Of course, though, if you do have any questions at all, or if you are thinking about buying or selling a home in Riverside, or just anywhere in the Inland Empire, my contact information is below. Feel free to reach out. Otherwise, until then, catch you on the next one.